capabilities are the greatest deterrent force that this nation can have. Because if our adversaries know that we can produce all that we need in order to counter what they're going to do, it'll make them think twice. But if they look at it and they say, wow, guess what? Their production capacity, even if they go to maximum levels, in the next 6 months, is 10 times below theirs, that's a provocation. And we've seen through history is a great teacher. Provocation in military conflict occurs when there is a disparity in capability between nations. No matter who the nations are, it always happens. It's the unfortunate consequence of how human beings operate. So our greatest deterrent is to make sure we have the capability to have somebody wake up every morning as a leader of a foreign nation and say, no, not today, not today. That's how we keep the world safe, and that's how we assure that this nation has what it needs to continue to prosper. So with that, I'm going to go to Mr. Garamendi. I know that he has an additional question.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Very, very important hearing. Thank you so very much for the information that you've provided and for some very important questions that have been raised by my colleagues here. A little quick thing that's been on my mind forever, perhaps because my family's been in the mining business for 100+ years. Doesn't do much good to pull the gold out of the ground unless you're able to actually get it. And excuse me, some people think that this question's not so important. You got to refine it's not enough to mine it, you got to refine it. And that seems to be lost in most of the discussion. Enough of that. I'll be asking questions about refining in a different forum. What I want to get at here is to take your testimony and to bring it down to something that is useful to me and hopefully to the committee here. And that is, okay, you've got $200+ million going into the arsenals. For what and how is it being used and to what effect? In other words, are you successfully carrying out your goal? And what metrics are you used? What is your mechanism of determining how you are doing on that? It follows up on the earlier questions I raised about we really do need to know because we're operating in the dark here. And the light that we get is from you and not the three of you, but I will tell you over the years I've been shined on with really bright lights that don't give any information. So what I'm looking for is a mechanism to understand what you want to do and how that fits with our understanding of need, and this energetics issue is certainly a critical one. There are multiple pieces that have been brought to the discussion. How is it? What are you doing? How is it going? What do you need? The need side we work together on. So I really would appreciate it if you could do that, and that involves all of these things. With regard to the vehicles themselves, which brings me down to the rubber on the road, or excuse me, the rubber in the dust in the mud, there's a real problem here. What are you doing specifically to deal with each of the critical? Now the Humvees may be gone and you don't care much about repairing them. Fine. Tell us, fine, we understand. What's the next vehicle coming in to replace it? So I need to know on the Readiness Subcommittee, down to the, as I say, the mud and the dust and the vehicle. How are you maintaining it? What's happening? What do you need to do more? If it's not priority, fine, tell us why. The other one deals with the, another piece of that, it's becoming extremely expensive to maintain these ground vehicles. The Abrams tank is probably the principal example. What are we going to do about that? Well, you finally found something that'll get me to shut up. Votes. 10 minutes for votes. But I'm looking for a mechanism to really hold to what do you want to do? I know you know what needs to be done. What do you need to do it? How are you going about doing it? What's success? And how do we fit into that? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Garamendi. Thanks so much for your very important questions about what the path forward is. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate that. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks for your testimony. Thanks for your hard work. We, in the words of the immortal Jerry Reed, we have a long ways to go and a short time to get there. So we want to make sure we're doing that, working with you. Let us know what we can do to help. And with that, this hearing